Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer, where we have finally done it. We have finally vanquished the Foul Clan Pestilence. Unfortunately, we have some other problems now. I don't think it should take very long for us to push these guys back off of our land though, and once we've done that, we can start moving our force northward. I might do some turns off camera once we get to that phase, because it's going to take people a while to get to a place where they're going to be useful, and I think mostly we're just going to be like ordering a bunch of moves north and then waiting for the enemy turn cycle during that. We'll see how things look. For now, let's gang up on some Tomb Kings, huh? We could fight fair, but fighting fair is how you lose. At this point, we are committed to the doctrine of overwhelming force. Okay, that's annoying. That's some true cowardice. Turns out we have enough army to follow him, though. Or we have enough movement to follow him. Alright, so Chupiatl should be safe here. I don't think those beastmen are going to get to take it down. And we probably don't have to manual this, I think. Especially since it kind of doesn't matter if bad things happen to this army right now, because it's basically done fighting already. As soon as this fight is over. Okay, we got ourselves an enchanted shield. You may notice a lot of our stuff is being re-equipped. I went through our lords. I had a quick equipment pass and figured out what made sense to put where. So what are we going to do with you? We took all the blue line stuff, and now we need to figure out what is next. You have an item that is causing you to cause terror, so we don't really need to do that. We could just start working up the magic skill. We could do some yellow line stuff. So she can basically become as good at shooting as a gunnery white and also get the grenades of a gunnery white. Honestly, I probably want red line stuff for her. Yeah, the School of Death is fine. We've certainly had some good times with the Purple Son of Xerius already. But I think I'm going to make Cat Rogers a red line lord.
Galleon awaits.
Apparently we also have to level up Tommy Sealegs over here. That first level of gun sight is nice, because it does give the range.
Ours is the sea.
Alright, we don't quite have enough movement to actually attack the beastmen there. But I can move closer. I'm going to get as close as I can here. Oh, maybe I cannot move closer, never mind.
What is your demand?
That being the case, just in camp.
I have sailed the world.
Okay, so we'll be back in good shape soon. One of us will run down and resettle the Mangrove Coast. And this is basically done already, right? We're all good over here. Yep, Celestra just needs to keep on running. I mean, we do still have to fight the Vampire Coast down here. Maybe I don't want her to completely leave just yet. But, like, Itza only has a 10-unit garrison. Lanhua Pack, yeah, like... How long has Luther Harkin been around here? He seems to be remarkably poorly set up. Almost everywhere. The Awakening and the Fuming Serpent are okay. I'm wondering if I should just declare on him now. Because I was pulling a Bones McDonald over here as though this was going to be a challenge. But then we did manage to burn through one of those Tomb King armies, like, almost entirely. Very close to almost entirely. Yeah, you know what? Let's just declare now. Declare now, we'll go back and get Itza. It is the only thing in this province that we don't have, so we can get some control over here, get some stuff issued. Well, how much trouble are we getting ourselves into here? They have 6 settlements. They are strength rank 14. 6 settlements, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4... Poxmarsh is no longer theirs. It's some territory like over here, right? 5. I don't know where their 6th is. Well, doesn't much matter. We need to take Itza and the Awakening, right? Those are on my objective list. Itza and the Awakening, yes. Okay, let's do it.
I might kill you, but worry not. An empty vessel still has a purpose.
He's just over here threatening me. I'm a ghost, dude. You cannot empty out my vessel. I don't even know where my vessel is.
The curse. Strike now.
Alright, so this will be the first time that we're really doing battle with another Vampire Coast faction, right?
Bring war.
I mean, we were at war with him earlier, but I don't know that we actually fought him, did we? It was pretty much just his friends declared war on me, so he jumped in. So we had to be a little bit wary about the fact that their rifles are going to be roughly as good as my rifles, although I guess I have 5 experience levels on them here. They do have a Terrorgeist, which is a weird thing for a 10-unit garrison to have. Usually, you get the cool units in your garrison by building the garrison building, and doing so also increases the size, the number of units that are stored there. I don't understand how they have basically a dragon, but also only 10 units. It must be, it says capital building or something is special. Let me turn this off for now. I don't know if I needed to gamble. 15 was probably sufficient. Because it's going to be a little while before we're actually in spellcasting range anyway, right? And then this is an army that can pretty easily take to the walls, and I don't think that he's going to be very good at fighting me up on the walls. Let's come at them over here. I can close to the walls while taking almost no cannon fire, or almost no tower fire. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. It does mean that we're probably going to have to move our artillery up a little bit. I bet we're going to find that we don't quite have the range we want here. God, I'm glad to be done fighting Skaven down here. You know what, actually? The artillery are just fine. Everybody who's not artillery or the gunnery white should move up, though. So we'll get close to the wall, and then we'll figure out exactly what we want to do from there. But for right now, we can just bombard them. And also, these are depth guard. Shoot cannons at their depth guard. Yeah, alright, that did some damage. So it is worth noting that the depth guard will be healing the entire time they're engaged in melee. Need to be thinking about that. Want to try to fight them from range as much as possible. We have a pretty significant advantage here. And actually, they don't have anyone on the part of the wall that powers the tower. They do have their Death Shriek Terrorgeist. We haven't actually gotten to see one of these yet. Yeah, that's alright. That's pretty cool. Bat Dragon type thing. Okay, here it comes. What I was going to say is, so we should be watching for when this thing starts to move, because it's going to be important to get our guns on it. Here, why don't you guys spread out a little bit. That thing is coming, and as soon as it comes within gunnery range, we need to be gunnerying it. We need to gunner it good. I don't know that I really want to do much else. Kind of curious, if they have this tower, it might be able to clip the side of this group. I think they were briefly taking control of it because the flying units were above the wall. Oh right, he has Arcane Conduit. I should be using that on cooldown. Oh, they're about to do some magic. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess they have their own cannons. Alright, have at it. Jesus Christ. Well, it almost got to land. Be done with these guys as well real quick here. Unfortunately, he does not have a gun. Criminy. I guess, like, every figure in the unit gets to fire when we're shooting. It's stuff that's in the air, right? When we're shooting at things on the ground, only the front couple of ranks are shooting. Okay, with that done, maybe we want to consider approaching the wall now? The thing is, bombardment is working so well. Apparently we feel like we have a shot here. Are we actually doing any damage at all? Well, okay. Okay, we're hitting them. I guess we may as well. The ammo's not really that valuable. It's not like we're going to run out against a 10-unit garrison. And even if we did, I brought more sirens than they did. And you know how sometimes sirens just get really, really sad? Let's just try to make them real sad by shooting them in the flank with rifles. Although it looks like not many of us feel like we have a shot. Alright, I think once they're down... I guess there are 2 units of depth guard up here. 3 units. No, that's just... Oh, no, that is depth guard. Yeah, maybe... I was going to say we could have like a single unit of sirens come up here and start butchering the rifles. But that might not actually work as much as I would like. Why don't we have you come over here? I want to try to give this guy a little bit more of a straight shot at the enemies. I don't know if he's actually getting... I don't know if he's actually getting clean shots from here. My biggest concern is that the moment I expose myself here, they're going to run for the tower. But I guess thinning them out wouldn't be such a bad thing. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put a unit of sirens up on the wall. And our lord is going to climb up right after them. Reposition the guns so we maybe have a little bit more ability to shoot up there. Yeah, there we go. Wow, that was a good cannon shot. Holy crap. It is nice that they're all lined up like this. So remember, in our army, the artillery do not do magic damage, which means that our sirens will actually survive being hit with collateral artillery fire a lot better than Silostras do. The Silostra's whole army does magic damage, which is sometimes a real blessing, and other times less so. There's a lot of things that don't particularly care if you're doing magic attacks. Let's start with the gunnery mobs. Man, that Colossus is doing some fine work. And I bet ground-based cannons would actually have a hard time shooting at stuff on the walls. Like, they'd still be taking the shots probably, but I bet they'd miss a lot more. I want him to run up there with them, but it's really... There we go. Really hard to get the ladder climbing indicator to actually appear sometimes. Alright, they have a pretty limited ability to fight back here. Try to focus on the more distant depth guard. Then I guess we can have another unit of sirens climb up afterward. I do appreciate the way they don't make the Lord wait his turn. Just, like, get him in there right now. Unfortunately, none of his spells are really relevant here on the wall. Now, see, he might get a little blown up. That's possible. I'm going to have another unit of sirens climb the wall here. And we're going to have one of them drop down on the ground and just open the gate. So let me wheel the rest of you guys around front. At this point, they're not going to be able to take the tower. I'm going to leave some of the rifles over here, just to keep shooting up at the enemies on the wall when they feel they can do that. Can I summon crabs inside the wall from... Nope, you cannot summon inside the wall from on the wall. Okay, we're definitely doing some damage to our own units here. Why don't you guys just get down and open the gate? I'm gonna halt the artillery fire. Just go ahead and run directly toward those dudes. Apparently I am not taking control of this gate right now. Well, it looks like their army may have just given up. Now, something over there still has morale. That gunnery white feels like this is going alright. Come on, guys, we've still got this. As soon as this gate opens... Okay, there we go. Wait, it should. We are fully in control of it now. For some reason, it is not opening. Also, apparently, we did a huge amount of damage to the gate just by firing the mortars near it. There we go. Okay, it finally opened. Alright, we can probably fast forward this a little bit. I mean, anybody getting on this guy's going to be able to kill him. That's weird. He's crumbling, but his morale bar says full. When you mouse over this, it says he's crumbling. The numbers are certainly very, very negative. I guess the bar is just bugged. Get him, crabs! Aw. We didn't get to crab him. Alright, well that is probably an unwelcome turn of events for our Vampire Coast friends here. Wow, you know, I knew he was hitting up there. I'm really surprised to see him out-killing the mortars by so much. I guess he was getting to shoot right down the line of troops. Having a cannon on a raised, like, giant height platform, 4 cannons, rather, is super good. It's just really, really powerful. 9 losses, but only 1 kill from the enemy means that I mortared 8 of my own dudes to death. Ah, well, they'll be fine. We'll stitch them back together and just get them right back out on the battlefield. Alright, this is mine. Province secured, and it's a strategic location. It does have a unique main settlement building that generates quite a lot of money, actually. Does it have a unique anything else? Nope. And gold mines are only okay for us. Well, let's demolish this thing. I'm going to keep the rest of these buildings. This is a nicely built up settlement. I'll go ahead and throw a public order building in here as well. Oh, you know what? I do want to establish... Yeah, I don't care about a Terrorgeist. I do want to establish a money building in this area. Or, you know what? We could keep this and demolish that thing. We don't really need the growth. So Subatun and Axolotl are both pretty far inland, and we're going to be the sole occupants of this landmass pretty soon. So I don't know that they necessarily need walls. It might be better to just put up, like, basic money building. Alright. Had a very productive turn down here in the southern part of the map. What on earth were you doing? I guess just getting magic skills? Seems very unlikely that she will ever see combat. We are going to have to kill Mengel Manhide, because I'm sure he's just going to declare war on me as soon as it would be inconvenient for him to declare war on me. Oh, I didn't level up O'Bones McDonald either. He has his arcane conduit. Oh, he doesn't have the movement bonus here. Where is that? Smuggler? You know how I feel about campaign movement range. Oh, right. We have this thing to deal with. Well, the good news is we have defeated... I was going to say we've defeated Wood Elf armies in the past. I am not happy to see this number of Sisters of the Thorn. 40% physical resistance. Yeah. Well, my options are to go after them now, or to recruit a secondary army here and try to go after them in a turn or two. We don't know where they'll go if I attempt that. Hold on. I'll be right back. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. We wiped out all of the Chaos Forces up here. Yeah, we're just resettling stuff.
It is your decision. Vampire of the Waves.
Alright, got our province back. Oh, you know what? I don't think I set a commandment for Itza's province. Let's go ahead and put walls up here, because I'm sure we're going to need them. And then let's hold off on other buildings, actually. Because I think we're talking about putting together another army, right? Looks like everybody else is pretty busy already. And Rialdo over here can fight a character. Get this guy. Alright, every once in a while these Morngul Hunters are good for something. This one's really more combat focused. Oh, we should probably finish getting Scavenge, because I would love to get him back in an army. Yeah, so right here is where I wanted to build a new army.
Master.
I also wanted to try to get walls back up at the Fallen Gates, if that is at all possible. But let's go... Recruit Lord. We'll just get Pete Hodgesworth back in here.
Bones on deck.
Alright, Pete. I believe you know the drill. I think this is not the first time that we have used you in this capacity. Yeah, so you need more money. Okay, well, I could cancel some building that I'm doing elsewhere. I'll just get some sirens here. Yeah, we could cancel some buildings that we're putting up. Like, we don't need these gold buildings super badly. And canceling even one of them gives us a ton of wiggle room for recruitment.
All bones on deck.
Oh, wait, actually. We need mortars, though, don't we? Some artillery in here. Alright. Well, Pete Hodgesworth will be a force probably capable of defending the Fallen Gates, at least, in a couple of turns. So let's hope they don't attack until then.
Captain, reporting.
Amelia... Amelia can go and, like, try to fight this guy.
Journeying.
Don't need their agents doing anything annoying to us. And over here, we need to get onto Albion. Am I at war with you? I'm at war with almost everybody. Alright, I think public order here is going to be under control pretty shortly. How much was that building? 1900, yeah, wow. No wonder I ran out of money. Okay.
I have sailed the world.
Do I think we can do this? Hey, this is scary. This is a better army against us, I think, than the last one they had. Although it is nice that they have no flyers. They might try that run forward by yourself thing with the Waystalker and get it killed really early in the battle. That would be pretty cool. I'm going to go for it. I think we can do it.
Fight! Spoils for all.
The balance of power bar has no faith in us, but I believe we have won similarly difficult battles against the Wood Elves before. These Thorn Cavalry are a problem, for sure, but I think we can do this. Can't help but notice that that terrain looks very uneven. So these are just longsword infantry. They have 5 units of normal infantry. They only have a couple of normal archers. And I will say that I think for the Wood Elves, going heavy on the normal archers is probably a better strategy against us than going for the cavalry archers, even though they are very good. Just because of the fact that going heavy on the normal archers means they have way more arrows. Volume of fire is pretty good against Vampire Coast because our individual figures are so weak. You kill an awful lot of these dudes. Alright, well, ugh. Don't love this. We come back a little further even. What I'm afraid of is units approaching us from this side being unshootable by the majority of these guys, right? See that? And we can't even see those things down there? Alright, we'll place like this so we're able to fire at some of them. Move forward a little bit. Yeah. Able to fire at enough of them that they will probably approach. Pole arms over here. Normal depth guard over here. Ready to move into that position. Guys more or less in the middle. We are very infantry light in this army. Let's hope they don't get the bright idea of charging me mostly with their, Oh. I just, like, totally spaced on the existence of these guys. Well, try to get to safety. I don't know how successful you'll be, but you can try. And now keep in mind, we do have the ability to summon. And we can overcast this to get Gunnery Mob. I don't know that we would want to do that, honestly. That's pistol gunnery mob, but they're so much worse at fighting. So much worse at melee combat, and that is what the thing we want our summoned units to do here.
Blood magic.
I'm gonna hold off on the Forbidden Rod until we've cast at least once. These guys are remarkably alive. I thought for sure they'd be ridden down immediately. Alright, y'all need to focus up. And actually, over here, I'm going to change things up a little bit. Maybe even more like that. Okay. These guys are shooting downhill, which I like. I mean, just like hold them in place at this point, right? There's not a lot else I'm going to be able to do for that guy. We can wait until the enemy takes up positions. We try to catch them with a Wind of Death while they're walking, but that's tough. Wind of Death has a long windup. And some decent fire here. Alright, time to more specifically direct the fire of the mortars. Because screw these guys. Those guys have Hagbane tips on their arrows, which means poison. How am I going to do this so that the Depth Guard are still protecting against a charge, but they're not in the way of the fire? That's pretty important. Kind of hoping to get everybody firing at once before I popped the shanty. Alright, we don't need to keep firing until they're permanently broken with them being that close to the wall. So I think they're just going to run off the map here. I just don't feel any need to fire at all? Okay, well. Close enough. We also will take this opportunity to cast our first Overcast Invocation. Let's keep people healthy here. I really thought that these guys would be able to take... I also thought that the Depth Guard were far enough down the hill that they wouldn't be blocking, but maybe that's not true. Maybe if I move them a little bit farther down, the gunners will be able to shoot over them. This side of their whole deal is collapsing pretty badly, though. The problem with their strategy here is that they don't have a lot of cohesion. Kind of like everybody's doing everything. Oh no, hidden foes. Do I want to try Wind of Death through the middle? It's exactly all of my wins, and if I miss it, I'm going to be really sad, but if I hit it, it's going to be amazing. No, I really shouldn't fire it until... I will fire this. I really shouldn't fire it until they're stationary. Alright, I don't think they're going to charge us, so I'm going to have these Depth Guard move over. Yeah, they're not going to try cavalry charges. You can charge with missile cavalry. You don't have to just stand back and fight. But they are dedicated to standing back and fighting, and I appreciate that a lot. Making my life a lot easier. 15 seconds on Invocation. We got a little bit of a situation over here. I wonder if you could clean that up, maybe. And they've shot some kind of weird spider netting over my sirens. That seems like it's not really having much of an effect. Right, you are firing at a unit that has broken and fled, so you could probably retarget a little bit here. Start firing into these guys. Ordinarily, I wouldn't try to shoot cavalry with my artillery, but they're trying to stand still and shoot at us, and they've grouped up. Grouped up pretty badly. My lord also webbed? Nope. Alright, you need to get out here and block. We need some focus. First this tree man, then that tree man. And as soon as these guys break them, we're going to turn and fire with them as well. Come on. Come on, you're all dead. Stop fighting bravely, you cowards. Alright. Should be able to turn and shoot that tree man from just about any angle. Depth guard can run over here and collapse in on the back of these guys, and we probably will not bother to Wind of Death here. Their force is too broken up. I'm not going to get the big ball of death that I want from it. We'll just keep invoking. Keep that constant health regen rolling on everybody.
On my way. Oh, stalk. For blood.
Okay. Ought to make short work of them. Not a lot of gunfire being fired on that tree man. Again, the rules are so... It seems to be so inconsistent when we can fire over people and when we can't. You guys gonna be able to shoot at him? No? Yes?
I'll cut them!
Alright, since we're not going to bother going Wind of Death, we can afford to spend some wins on summoning terrible deckhands for the purpose of creating trouble over here. It'd be great if this gunnery mob could disengage from this guy and like really open up the sightline on him. Okay, because all the gunners are aiming on him, or aiming at him. On this side, things are going pretty rough. Alright, shoot him lots, guys. This is the time. He's like extremely vulnerable. They're kind of shooting him. They're sort of shooting him. Alright, my units are actually losing in straight-up combat to theirs, which is a shame. Oh, we were 2-on-1 against these Wildwood Rangers. You know, elf units, what are you going to do? They have a tendency to be somewhat elite. We could dump the melee attack on this dude. Oh, this has an area of effect. Yeah, let's cast this right here. The Curse of Years. Minus speed, minus melee attack. Also ability cooldown, which probably will not affect it. Alright, so we've broken down some of the cav over here. I'm having trouble just like keeping my units out of melee range. I'm kind of like, I'm sacrificing some of these rifles to buy time for the rest of the army. And the thing I was trying to buy time for the rest of the army to do was shoot Durthu. But they're not really doing it. Let me untangle them from each other and see if this helps. Alright, that's a big heal. Hey, Durthu's going down now. Leave our lord in melee with these dudes. Oh, I have another cast up. We should definitely get more guys. Get over here and help us form a front. So we can pull back anybody who's still alive on this side. This guy's been doing very serious work. Listen, feel free to like open fire anytime there, guys. There's a dude right there. There's a dude right there in your firing cone. Sometimes I think my gunners don't want to win the battle. Using direct fire ranged is so hard on like anywhere that there's any kind of flat, non-flat terrain at all. Just they're so finicky. 90 kills on a guy who was mostly firing at heavily physically resistant cavalry the whole battle. Like, each one of those kills probably represents a pretty big hit point, pretty big sack of hit points. Alright, and they should be completely eliminated here because they were in march mode when we caught them. So yet another incursion by Durthu, repelled easily by Peggy Rains, who just... Peggy Rains will take on anybody. She has fought all kinds of terrifying monsters. She's fought wood elves so many times she has the trait for being good at fighting wood elves now. Ridiculous. That is Count Noctilus. We're friendly-ish, right? Are we still trading and everything? Yeah, we're cool. Actually, we are trusted friends. Actually, since we're here, let's go look at how the Khemri feel about us. Oh, we got them as high as -25. We are suffering a pretty big penalty for having killed their armies. But, like, what was I supposed to do? They sent their armies at me. Well, since we all of a sudden have money again, we may as well re-engage the money-making buildings. And then we do have to kind of, like, just look around and see what needs what. Zahutek is close enough to the coast and to all of our enemies that it probably needs garrison building. We probably want to get rid of this because I need to just build like a normal public order building here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is the case. And in Chakwa, which is where? Oh, Chakwa's all the way down here. Kind of doesn't matter, actually. I have a damage building. Oh. Yeah, Chupayatl probably won't get sacked again. We'll probably afford to repair that. Alright, Isabella Enderoft can become a fleet engineer, I guess, when she hits level 5. What are we missing by not having an enforcement admiral? Hero and Lord recruit rank up, but we're not really recruiting a lot of new stuff. Frenzy just for him? Yeah, this is not that good. Alright, well, I would say that we have about retaken all of our land down here already. And things are very stable up in the north, now that we've killed most of those Chaos armies. I mean, the tough times are probably pretty much over. Now it's just a matter of getting all these southern armies up to the north to crush the Dark Elves once and for all. Actually, to crush Clan Rictus once and for all, then Dark Elves. I really was not expecting Clan Rictus to be such a problem. I thought we'd be able to get through them pretty quickly. Damn it. This is exactly what I was worried about when I saw they had one agent over here. Stupid AI agents having skill points in their relevant disciplines and being kinda good at their jobs. What is Noctilus doing? Because it kind of looks like he's headed to my cities. But why would he be doing that? What would be the benefit of him? I don't know. It's strange. The one bone giant is going to sail home a hero. Boy, I wish we could catch that guy and burn his ship down. Unfortunately, these Tomb King armies are far too weak to do anything. You know what I really wish they would add? Is the ability to use something similar to the war coordination system to declare to an ally that you would like them to settle a particular ruin. Because as far as I know, the Exiles of Nehek have not settled the rest of the settlements in that province that they control over there, and I would love it if that would change. That's right, I forgot that they had a vampire army on the way to Misnar already. Well, we didn't have the money to put another army together anyway. Peggy's just going to have to make it over there. Fortunately, that area has a bunch of battle sites, so we will be able to raise dead once we get close. We won't have to stop and actually do any recruiting. The Wood Elves are looking significantly weaker than us. I wonder if I can maybe talk them out of periodically sending a murder cruise over. I mean, everybody's going to hate us forever. There's no way I'm getting out of the enemy wanting to declare war on us. I'm just hoping that we can occasionally get temporary cessations of hostilities when we've spanked them badly enough. Stuff Snatchers have been invited to fight us by the vampire counts. Why would they accept such an invitation? Doesn't make any sense. It's really bumming me out that the Servants to Chaos are still alive. Alright. Curse of the Sea Mist is available to be performed. Honestly? Yeah, let's do that. Extra attrition to foreign armies in all of our lands. Sorry, I didn't actually press that button. There we go. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is have one of these two armies wipe out these beastmen.
All bones on deck.
I want Cat Rogers to turn around and go fight other guys, I think.
Admiral of the fleet.
So let's have Catherine Greer grab a couple of dudes just to refill her army. And then this should be very easy to handle, and they have nowhere to retreat to. Okay, yeah, this is an overwhelming victory. See, damaged units just dying for no reason. It happens. But in this case, I did not care. Because this army probably is not going to actually do anything else. It's probably just going to chill out in... I guess the Star Tower is really where I want it. Oh no, you know what? This is the army that's going to resettle the Mangrove Coast first. So get in the water, then get on the shore over here. Okay, next turn we'll resettle that. That's right, I totally forgot about that. Okay, next up you. You need to turn around and bring your massive flame-throwing giant to bear against our enemies. Do we go directly to the Blood Swamps? I could have her go to the Fuming Serpent. They have a mortar, which is a little bit worrying. Not a lot of real range aside from that, though. We could probably take them with just the one army. And it would be nice to have this and actually have control of this province.
All bones on deck.
Plus, this keeps her close if another ship sails across from the east while we're waiting for Catherine Greer's army to recover from the settle. Yeah, let's do that.
Get on with it.
I'll wait until we're in the water to click on the Star Tower, otherwise she'll try to go over land.
Yes, master.
Alright, O'Bones McDonald. Sloan Pack is really easy to grab. Is this... Okay, yes, this is also the only settlement we don't have in a province that I would like to control. So Lustra probably is going to have to stop and do some fighting to make sure things get cleaned up properly. Like I said, Peggy Rains needs to be at full run. It actually looks like it might be faster to go through the Phoenix Gate, since we're so far inside. Yeah, we'll go through the Phoenix Gate and come up around Misnar. Hopefully Misnar will hold for a little while. Alright, Isabella, probably... There's not a lot of benefit to going and fighting Admiral Argyle. Like, he's not actually doing anything hanging out there. But we have a lot of resettling that needs to be done.
The crew are restless. Get shambling. Serve for eternity.
Okay, Karand Kar needs to rebuild its dock and also needs to get a garrison building just the very second that that is feasible. Also, I would like to do this, but hold on. Let's make sure we have enough money for all the other things we want to do first. Alright, Fallen Gates requires a garrison building, which it will be able to start building in one turn. Here we're going to need...
At last we will feast.
Puts us at 17.
No, Gracia.
Okay, their armies are not super strong. They're certainly strong enough to attack the Fallen Gates with. But maybe they'll wait. Maybe they'll wait to heal. Alright, you should probably come down here and actually be in control of this army. How long until Burke is back? 3 more turns?
Fleet captain, reporting.
Alright, Amelia Hodgson is not in range of the enemy unit there. Run over here and attack this guy. Now let's just go with the army, so we can kill enemy heroes who try to interfere with the army.
On deck.
Viola needs to get on the shore and probably just dig anywhere on the island is my guess.
Time to call.
No. What was the tip, or what was the... Like a tooth unfettered from a yearning maw, but this fang's crown may be worth more than mere gold. Okay, well I guess we'll run inland and try again. And is that really it? Looks like it is actually it. Feels like I should have more to do. Okay, so we have some money to play with. Let's build some things. First of all, up here, we can upgrade the garrison of Slaver's Point. Or the dock, rather. That's good money making. Then let's talk about settlements in this area and figuring out what we need to do with them. First of all, definitely need a plunder pile. Secondly, garrison building on the major settlement seems like a wise idea. Chakwa could afford to get one of these. And Zahutek just needs to wait, unfortunately. We're going to have enough population to do the settlement upgrade next turn. So I have 12 units. They have a lot of guys of unknown health levels. But my suspicion is we might lose Zahutek here, temporarily. And then when we get rid of this army, we will have wiped out this faction of beastmen. But we're going to have to keep somebody back here for dealing with the beastmen just as much as for dealing with the Khemri. Because we're going to get periodic beastmen spawns. They're just going to show up in the jungle. Okay, the servants to chaos were properly destroyed. They will no longer be harassing my cities. Yeah, we're going to lose some stuff up here. That's alright. I do not think they have any idea the storm that is coming. So I think probably what I'm going to do here is try to make as much progress against the Vampire Coast as we can in the next little bit. Yeah, I don't want to cut all the Vampire Coast stuff. Stupid heroes wounding my gunnery whites. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we should leave a few turns on the cutting room floor so that you don't have to watch me just move armies to the north constantly, but we are gonna fight the Vampire Coast for a bit here, and it is probably going to be at least somewhat interesting. Their army makeup is quite a bit different than the stuff we have been fighting. Yeah, you'd better run. What on earth are these armies doing? I guess that guy was able to run close to an allied city. But aside from the fighting of the Vampire Coast, I feel like at this point you kind of know what the thing is here. We're going to push north through Clan Rictus after all of our armies actually get to the north. We're going to continue to fight the same 3 armies that show up on the shore of Ulthuan over and over again. We're going to continue to fight the periodic Khemri armies, none of which pose much of a long-term threat to us, although they can certainly be annoying when they manage to sack a settlement and reduce our income buildings. We're going to continue to not have any friends, unfortunately. It turns out, a lot of people are leery about making friends who have giant magic swords that consume the souls of their enemies. I don't know why. If you're my friend, you don't get consumed by the sword. If I knew a guy who had a sword like that, I would do everything in my power to be his friend. And somewhere the main Warriors of Chaos faction is still fighting on, still as powerful as we are, so unfortunately, all of the nonsense buffs from the Chaos invasion are alive and kicking. Someday, perhaps, the Empires of the East will turn against each other. I think that's a long way off, unfortunately. There are a lot of rogue armies on the map, and almost none of them are doing anything. They must have broken their AI at some point, because... where is this? Okay, that doesn't matter. Black Coast is going to rebel, who cares? Okay. Yeah, at some point, you know, after release, when these guys went to war with somebody, they would actually, like, do stuff. They would attack cities, and they would try to take one over, and then if they took the city over, they'd try to become a real faction unto themselves. We've had a number of rogue armies at war with us, just kind of sitting in our territory for quite a long time, and for some reason, they just won't do anything. I think I'm going to have Silostra, actually, just run through the north here and clean up those guys. I don't want them suddenly waking up when I'm not ready for it. Okay, so you get to run through here. Yeah, we'll be to Misnar soon. Oh, Bones McDonald could turn around and just slay Mengel Manhide real quick, but I want to get this city.
The sea knows my fate.
Alright, so let's move in here. There's a battle marker here. So let's move into this region. Replace our gunnery white with... I don't know, probably just some Morngulls or something. Yeah, we have enough stand and fight infantry. Alright, let's take this over. I am getting terrible odds, which is ridiculous, but okay. Let's just fight it manually. So, speed up for these guys. Man, they're so fast. Flaming attacks and charge bonus up for, I don't know, somebody. Flaming attacks and weapon damage up, whatever. Armor piercing damage, just like generally make these guys better. Make my melee better at their jobs. Okay. Balance a power bar, saying this battle's almost even. We're going to completely rout these guys, and everybody watching this knows it. In fact, probably almost everybody watching this has already fast-forwarded several minutes to get to the end of this same siege that we've seen many times before. I guess it's not exactly the same. We are playing against a new army here. Their tactics, I sense, are going to be very similar to the previous armies that we've fought in these exact settlements. Especially since the AI does not really seem to have a good grasp of how to play the various factions. It does seem like they are all played the same way, right? So where do we want to approach? Well, I mean, if we approach right here, we don't have to do quite as much walking as we do if we approach anywhere else. So that tears it. My units are profoundly lazy. They learned it from me. It is nice to not have to leave anybody back for the purpose of fighting Skaven reinforcements from underground, though. Right, everybody except you guys, just move up. And we're definitely going to just take the wall here. I have no reason to do anything else. We are going to have to endure some rifle fire. Sirens should be pretty resilient to it, I would think. Oh, cowards! They clearly knew when I clicked there. That's a little bit of poor sportsmanship, it feels like. All right, you guys get in there and just open up that gatehouse. Got their own sirens up on the wall already, in addition to these gate guard. Unit flag for the sirens is hidden. Very clever stuff there. It's not really something you're allowed to do, as far as I'm aware. It feels like a bug. Alright. Do I just put the Lord up there as well? Maybe on this side. Come on, you know what we need you to do. Alright, this should be pretty fast, I would think.
The plan? Advancing!
And I totally am, just for the moment, just going to keep firing at the walls, even though my guys are going to be up there. And the artillery doesn't do magic damage. We'll be fine. I wonder if we could get a similar effect from our giant as what we saw last time. Get up here and shoot along the wall and just, like, totally devastate dudes. Huh. The enemy gates are destroyed, huh? I did not foresee that happening that quickly. Well, the good news is Morngulls are really fast. The bad news is we're not actually ready to go in here. And I don't want my Morngulls to fight Depth Guard polearms. So... let's have our Depth Guard with polearms run through. I guess we'll have the Morngulls run through as well. And then we'll just see if we can get the rifles to come through without trying to climb the walls first. It makes me nervous when they don't actually draw usable paths. Okay, I think they're all going through the gate. Nope, those guys are trying to go through over a ladder. God, I just wish there was a modifier key or something that I could hold. Now that we have the gate open, can I cast down? Yes. Once the gate is open, you can cast down off the wall. That's actually really good. Let's get some crabs in here. I know these guys have pole arms, but still, they're not going to like being flanked by monsters.
Bones and flesh.
Okay. This should be pretty straightforward. Apparently my units are getting murdered over here. We're winning pretty thoroughly on the ground, but, oh. Probably a lot of artillery fire. Alright, for right now, you guys can chill? Or not? I'm not allowed to issue a halt? Okay, stop shooting. It's weird. I'm gonna have to actually have him come through here. Also, why are you guys so sad? What are you getting so sad about? You not see the massive advantage that we have here? Alright, I'm gonna have this new unit of crabs rush the town center. I'm gonna try to drag their flyers forward a little bit. Actually, maybe I want to wait on that until these guys are actually through. Okay, see, I'm seeing some pathing over the walls here. Can we please? Alright. Apparently, no, we cannot do this in any other way. Which is not possible. My Cinerines are getting shredded by these Depth Guard, who should be doing very poor damage to them, I would think. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and aggress a little bit. Like our Necrofex Colossus just trying to shoot the dragon down by himself. What a hero. Alright, you guys, just do whatever you gotta do to get the shot in. And honestly, all of you guys, just get in here. As soon as I see that first rifle fire, I'm gonna Hit the shanty. Alright, well, they're coming for us. It's a little awkward because a lot of my rifles are moving down the wrong path here. Alright, you got a polearm, you can fight a dragon. Okay, he landed in all of the polearms. That was nice of him. Alright, can we maybe take down the deck droppers then real fast? They're in the air. This should be a nice, easy shot. Okay, the Terrorgeist is just losing hard to all of the spears. And this is the best moment we're going to get. Alright, well, it was a good try. Oh, Bones McDonald went for a real big heroic swing to the face. It had literally, like, the thing didn't even flinch a little bit. Like, actually no effect. But it was still a good try. And this poor guy, I could barely even see him in there, amongst all of the terrible, spooky monsters he is fighting. Okay, we took more damage there than I was hoping we would. I probably let the artillery fire into the sirens a little bit too much. It's alright. Oh, Bones McDonald is a walking recruitment building. He will resolve it. No, I mean, these guys had straight up 115 kills. I'm surprised to see Depth Guard do so well against sirens, given that they can't really damage them. Don't we have, like, 90% physical resistance or something? I wouldn't expect the sirens to be able to do a ton of damage back either. I would think that that would be a fight that would just be a real slog. But they were carving through us quickly. I almost didn't get to use our rifles at all there. Alright, public order, tax the province, let's just get this thing settled. So I respect what we're going for here with the cost reduction, but I don't necessarily think it's valuable. So they ran away from Zahotek, which is where I was sure they were going to try to destroy. I guess they're going for the temple? I don't really care that much. We'll catch them when we catch them, and when we catch them, we'll kill them. Alright, I have not yet given him his mount. Maybe this would be a good moment for him to get his mount. Yeah, probably. And he's probably going to go down the blue line, I think, once we get some more skill points on him. This is not very likely to work. No sense not going for it, though. Ooh, critical failure. Okay. Well done there, Amelia. And they're not all going to be winners, right? Okay, I don't know what I want you to do. You, on the other hand, we have a very obvious plan for.
The crew are restless.
Okay. Chibiaddle definitely needs to get back to level 3 because we need to get the walls back up. Who else needs orders? Actually, a bunch of people. Cat Rogers needs to take the fuming serpent.
Do not make mistakes. You will.
So do we want to bother building any siege stuff up? I'm not a huge fan of the fact that we're going to have to fight under mortar fire the whole time. But we out-mortar them. Let's go additional armor-piercing damage on these guys. Additional leadership on those poor suckers. And this is the same banner. This gives +4 leadership. This gives a constant effect that gives +4 leadership. Yeah, okay, I don't know what's different about those things. The dogs are sadly going to be totally useless, but yeah, I think we should be able to win
Get us
this.
out of here.
Especially since the AI on siege maps often leaves their artillery way back in like the town square area, so we could just wait outside of its range, have my artillery bombard the walls while their artillery isn't doing anything. You do an awful lot of damage to their elite melee and then move in and conquer the place. I wonder how quickly... the answer to that is not at all, but I wonder how much time it would take for dogs to bust a gate down. Kind of thinking like maybe we put the whole army up on one of the sides here, and then put the dogs on the other side entirely, and have them just go for a gate that probably will be undefended. Because they're going to have no role at all in the actual battle, right? I have nothing for them to do. Alright, the bad news here is that we cannot evade tower fire. There's going to be some tower fire. You don't really know what to do about it. Because like I said, we kind of want to wait until our artillery has done some real damage here, right? Okay. They do have a unit of deckhands watching the door just in case, which is probably pretty smart. So see, their artillery is all the way back here. What is the range on this? Okay, so outside the walls, but not outside the walls by a lot. If we go up onto the walls, though, they've got us. And we are going to have to take the walls in order to get them to stop shooting towers at us. And then once we take the walls, they're going to be able to shoot mortars at us. I don't think there's really any way to avoid it. We're just going to have to go to the wall. And they have reasonably elite units available to defend this wall. Yeah, it's the only play, really, though. Alright, just go as fast as you can. Do you have a crab? You do have a crab. I probably should have dismounted her. You never run up to here. This guy has much shorter range than a normal Necrofex Colossus, so he also needs to join up. And then I guess we just set the gunners up like... try to be as close to this wall as possible, so we can fire up onto the wall a little bit, and still only be in the firing range of a single tower. And my mortars can just start bombardment. And eventually maybe those dogs will break through the wall, and or break through the gate, and then be able to rampage around, although unfortunately that deckhands mob is going to do probably just good enough of a job of keeping them back. Poor depth guard are getting shredded. I could be patient and just have them climb up the walls behind somebody else. But like, prudence? That's not how I do things. And I mean, once they get up on the walls, it won't be so bad, because they'll be regenerating health while they hack apart gunnery mobs. Let's really just get him right up in there. Oof, we're starting to take damage from their artillery. Okay, we're getting some good stuff done here, though. And that should probably be the last volley that we allow to fire like that. I'm going to actually take care of my troops a little bit here. Oh, can you not fire up there? Oh, no, he's... No, I think that might have been an idle animation. Okay. Should be able to get our the towers under our control pretty quickly here, then. I'm hoping. My dogs are Please get a readout on the gate. Hey, you know what? They're getting through. Not fast, but it's happening. So their sirens are in terrible shape thanks to the initial artillery volleys. Okay, we have some good artillery targets here. They've really grouped up for us. Hopefully our depth guard will heal up pretty quickly here. And I want to get this gunnery mob up on the wall. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Sorry, don't do that. Don't throw bombs into the back of my guys. I want to get up on the wall here and take control of... or start throwing bombs down inward, but obviously we gotta wait until we actually have control of the wall a little bit. I kind of wonder, though, if I run all the way over here, is this going to be enough of a distraction for them? I wonder if they'll run over to protect the tower that they don't have control of. Alright, so we should have control of this part of the wall pretty soon. Honestly, with them having so few melee units up here, maybe it's safe to just climb up the wall on this side anyway and start throwing bombs down. Okay. Pretty happy with our artillery targets. A bit of waiting here. Yeah, you know what? I do feel pretty safe climbing up. Let's go ahead and get these bombers up here, and we can throw bombs into the back of the units that are fighting our guys on the wall, too. Okay, we're going to need to give these dogs orders in just a moment here. We're not going to be able to get through. But I'm wondering if they'll chase me out, maybe? I'm wondering if there's a way for us to unplug this. Nope, looks like there's not. They are doing the intelligent thing. Well, that's frustrating. Why would you do the intelligent thing, you cowards? Hold on, I want to spread out here, but we got to be careful not to get in the area of that tower. Alright. Apparently they are fully content to just chill out down there and... Oh, get back down. Get back down. They're coming to fight you. I was hoping I would get a little bit more setup time. Get over here so you're not in range of that tower. And yep, they're not going to chase our dogs. Oh! They are... bailing out to defend the walls. Okay, quickly. And they have bats. This is not really going to work. I'm going to see how much damage I can do to that siege crew. Dogs do a lot of damage to enemies that are bad at fighting. Maybe doesn't sound like the most useful niche in the world, but it definitely has its values. Okay, let's do a cessation of siege fire. We're starting to see real enemies on the wall. Hey guys, how's it going? You were definitely told to get back down off the wall. Be just stellar if we can make that happen. It's actually, we do still have mortar targets. They're just up here on the wall with us now. How's the gate faring here? Okay, we have not hit it with much artillery splash yet. So the dogs got down here. Actually, did we kill their artillery crew? Now we're fighting these deck droppers. The deck droppers dropped to melee with us for some reason. They should definitely have just stood back and fired at us from the air. Yeah, weird. I was not expecting the dogs to do quite so well. Alright, we've almost got control of the walls. Hope the artillery things are still supposed to fire over there. Okay, you guys got down. I guess I wasn't specific enough? Right, form up over here, I guess? They sure did get off the wall. I told them to get off the wall and they got off. I can't yell at them too much, I guess. Well, it kind of feels like this has really turned against them. Let's issue another halt on the artillery fire, because at this point we're just going to hurt ourselves. Honestly, I might get to just take over the gate with just this unit of bombers. How are the dogs doing? The dogs have slain our enemies, and now they're going to go after this fleet captain, I guess. Maybe I've been underestimating these dogs. Tough for me to believe they'll win a fight against that fleet captain, though. Alright, well, if they keep just fleeing from the bombs rather than fighting back, we're going to take control of the gate. And if we take control of the gate, then the Necrofex Colossus gets to just walk inside. Let's just, let's get him over here. Or just in case that eventuality comes to pass. Okay, they actually are fighting back now. They remembered how to fight back. I guess he could just start knocking. At this point, we've either lured all their good units up onto the wall or damaged them so badly that they won't be dangerous to us if they get out anymore. A lot of the reason I didn't go right for the gate in the first place is that I didn't want a bunch of depth guard running out through it. But it turns out we are well past that part of the battle. Alright, so I overestimated the dogs after underestimating them. I thought they'd be able to get something done there. Just holding his flamethrower in the on position against the gate. Well, he really doesn't do a lot of damage that way. I don't suppose a lot of you could just, like, give up, maybe? I don't really have a lot else to do here. I really should have taken her off her mount. I guess I'll just, like, start casting. What do we have up here? Depth Guard with pole arms. This is not usually a spell you want to use against a unit. You want to use this against a single, like, hero or lord. But their only lord is a true coward. The truest type of coward. You know what? You guys go shoot at Arthur Worsley. Roll forward, make it happen. I want to move this whole formation just like over a little bit. A little bit better fire through the gate. Unfortunately, firing through a bottleneck doesn't work quite as well as you would hope. Do not lose a fight against a zombie deckhands mob. What is wrong with you? We've killed almost all of their actual units. All they have left is this one group of pole arms. I guess we could have the Necrofex Colossus walk around to the other gate. That might be faster. I think that might be faster. We don't actually have an easy time opening gates with this army. Alright, you're not, stop, you're not getting anything done. She can't attack the gate at all. It's weird. Usually you can just punch the gate with a hero. Yet we're actually getting crumbling happening up here. This is so embarrassing. Here, have some leadership. Did that help? Are you leadershiped? Oh, they're rallying, it says. I don't know, if it does like any damage at all, right? And somehow they've been able to take back control of this tower, which is a frustrating thing to have happened. Well, I guess just, like, split? Split around the tower? No, now it's mine again. About to be theirs again. Then it's going to be mine again. Alright, we did it. We cleared the wall. Here's the problem. Never mind. It's not a problem. It's just a thing for these guys to nobly sacrifice themselves upon. Nope, they're not even going to make it over there to do that. Nope. Okay, well the good news is it seems like the enemy is crumbling. So I guess we don't actually have to go fight the polluted corpse. Yeah, we're done. It's just a matter of it actually happening. Now, obviously, I don't want to just like run one of my melee units down on the ground while that bloated corpse is right there. If I can wait a little bit and have it just go away. Here, cast a spell on it. Did she actually walk further away? I think she did. I think she walked further away from him to get that spell cast on. Why is this alive? Is this gate's gonna open? Because we've controlled them for quite a while now. Do I have to move a unit closer? Open. Open gates. Gates open now. There we go. Apparently once the gates are controlled, I can just click through them. I don't actually have to wait for them to open. Man, this thing is the toughest bloated corpse ever. Their lord crumbled to death long ago. Yeah, alright, come on, let's do this. That's what I thought. Alright, well, maybe it is worth having a unit of dogs around. 450 kills on those Death Guard. Holy crap. It turns out a gun-heavy army can still be effective, even when you don't actually get to use the guns for anything. So, I think that the Skaven garrisons, on the whole, were more dangerous than these Vampire Coast ones. First of all, we had to pay a little bit of attention to their summons, and secondly, Plague Claw catapults are definitely more dangerous than mortars are. Not more dangerous than the Queen Bess, of course, but more dangerous than normal mortars. Alright, we have ourselves a new province. Definitely don't need 2 pairs of this building. I want the one that can summon rotting Promethean gunnery mobs. And then, speaking of, why don't you get yourself a couple of rotting Promethean gunnery mobs?
I do not make mistakes.
Oh, because they're very expensive is why. Well, still. Her army's not the one that's going to stick around. It'll be Catherine, so I guess I want her to be able to recruit stuff.
The sea brings
Well, whatever. We can use Raised Dead to fill the last slot or something. It's not a big deal. Alright, Isabella. Isabella needs to get to the monoliths.
They won't stop me.
And then down to the Twisted Glade, and then we will have repaired all of our losses up here. Fortunately, public order was capped, so we are pretty far away from being in any trouble there. Oh, Skeggy got, like, actually damaged by the monster thing. Wow, really expensively damaged. Well, we have a lot of problems to resolve next turn. I'd have to get 2,000 together here. I mean, nobody's anywhere near being able to win a battle. You could reverse some buildings somewhere, maybe? I'm not really building anything new this turn, though, am I? No. Well? You know what, let's remove this. I know it's a cost reduction thing, but we're not going to really build that much in this province anymore. Pretty close to done with it. So yeah, do I want to just move him to the Fallen Gates? And try to keep it from falling until we can get it back under control?
Prepare
Probably. Their armies are a little far north to punish us for this.
Let us raid.
Can you start? Okay, you can start summoning something. You bring in, like, another Siren. One more.
My compass agrees.
Alright, our heroes definitely don't have anything of value to do. Sorry, that one does. That's totally worthwhile.
On deck.
Alright, Viola's going to try digging around the middle part of Albion a little bit more. Unfortunately, next turn. Okay. Minute Rebellion. I could turn off taxation and fix that, so I will. A little bit of a shame. And I cannot wait until all the chaos corruption is gone, because right now, like, there's like 10 points of corruption in almost every, or 10% corruption in almost every province devoted to chaos, and we could get rid of quite a lot of that. There's no point in fighting this manually. Honestly, we probably did more damage there than we would have manually. Alright, I think probably, yeah, Clan Rictus is not going to have a big turn here. They're just going to be falling back. Alright, so how many provinces do we know that the Vampire Coast still has here? Is it just the Awakening already? We carved through them very quickly. Unfortunately, the Awakening is a couple turns move away. They lost the Blood Swamps to the Chaos Invasion and just, like, never managed to recover it. Sometimes the AI is super weird about resettling ruins. Like, occasionally they think a ruin is cursed and they will never go near it again. Oh man, is he actually going to go resettle the rest of his desert? Because I am 100% cool with you guys having a full province. We'd be better trade partners that way. I don't know what these dudes are doing. Is he on a treasure hunt? Do the Khemri get to treasure hunt now? What could this guy possibly be accomplishing over here? Alright, come on. Do not attack me in Mistnar just yet. I need, like, 2 turns, I think, to get into battle range. Although if their second army lands on the shore, they're definitely going for it. Well, alright. Wow, that is a dragon-heavy army. So we have a walled settlement here. We have 1 mortar. The value of the deck droppers is going to be a little bit lower against this army than it is against a lot of undead armies because they have actual flying units. We don't have nearly as many guns as I would like. You know what? This is a thing that might take a minute. We'll fight this out manually at the beginning of next episode. So, that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to watch us run off Baron von Karlsbruck and then finish off the Vampire Coast, apparently. We're real close. We'll see you then.